Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about the new DCU and just my general thoughts on it. Like, I'm not going to cover everything they're going into. They already said their 10-year plan is not complete, and they only going to give you like a snippet, but they gave us a lot, and from what I've heard, I do not like. Look, call me a Debbie Downer or a Dude Downer. Look, I don't care. None of this stuff appeals to me. Like, if this is really the direction that DC is going in, then I will have to suck it up and just head back to Marvel. I'll put on my diaper, I'll get my bib, and I will succumb to the Disney baby humor and everything. But this just sounds I don't know, it just sounds unappealing to me. Some things in there I do like. I like the idea of making a Booster Gold, movie. I like the idea of a Supergirl movie. I've always liked Supergirl way more than I've ever liked that of, Superman. She just always seemed more interesting, and she's so cute. I remember when I first saw her, Helen Slater played her. I'm just like, wow, look at her. And then I just liked every other Supergirl that's ever came after that, because she's always been a little bit more interesting and stuff. You can all find, I'll link this below what he's talking about, but I'm just giving my general thoughts on characters and this and that I don't like. Swamp Thing, never cared for Swamp Thing. I didn't even like the Swamp Thing live action television series. The suit looked great, the CGI looked great, but the story was pretty boring and abysmal because it didn't even revolve around Swamp Thing. It revolved around his love interest. So basically, it's not like it is kind of a full reboot, but somewhat a slight reboot and everything. They are going with a brand new Trinity and stuff. Now, some of the things I'm really not interested in is the whole Justice League Gods and Monsters type thing that they're doing. It's supposed to be some kind of like animated project. I never liked the animated movie. If this is truly based off of the animated movie, or if this is based off like the comic and stuff like that, because Bruce Timm did this years ago, and I just did not care for it. And it was just a reimagine of Trinity and stuff like that. So it's going to be an animated series, and I'm just not looking forward to that, only because I did not particularly care for the animated movie if it's supposed to be based similar to that, the animated movie, and that of the comic books and stuff. The Authority. I don't even know who that is, but I'm not interested. I'm not looking for... See, the thing about James Gunn is he loves to bring in characters nobody's never really heard of or don't really like. That's fine, and it is nice to introduce new characters, but I want the main top characters, you know what I'm saying? I want the main Justice League characters. That's who I want to see. You can bring these other people in their movies and have them interact. That is fine. That is the smart thing Marvel did. They did the Iron Man movie and they brought in Black Widow. They did Captain America and they brought in Sam Wilson's Falcon. That's a smarter way to do it. And now I like those characters because of the way they did it. But if you just start off with with a whole like Guardians of the Galaxy type thing, that's not going to appeal to me because I've never particularly liked those movies or those characters and stuff. And so he's doing his thing again, which is I kind of figured he would, he would do his own thing. Now, he said he wants everything to be connected. So like the whole Marvel formula. People are going to find out again that this is not what you need to do because Marvel has dominated in that and everybody who has tried has failed. Amazon Prime is about to do that with the whole Tomb Raider thing. The games, the movies, the shows are all supposed to be connected. This is the problem with that. The Matrix did that. The Matrix did with their live action movie, their animated movie, and their video game. Guess how many of those I watched? The live action movie. So when the second and the third came around, I was completely confused as to what the world was going on in the sequels because I did not play the games and I did not watch the Animatrix. When I later on watched the Animatrix, I was still confused. Plus, I just don't like that movie. So to connect all the video games, all the TV shows, all the movies, and all the animation together, I personally don't like. It's something Marvel is doing, and I really don't like that either. I don't like how What If is connected to everything else because I don't watch that. I don't watch the Loki series. I just watch the movies. I can separate one genre from like another and one property from another. I don't understand why they think everything has to be connected. Now, as for Batman, it's going to be Batman and Damian Wayne. I've never liked Damian Wayne. I do not want the very first Robin we now get is Damian Wayne. They're doing that new 52 crap all over again, like with the animated movies, and people did not particularly care for those new 52 animated movies. So why duplicate that like failure and everything? And people really don't like Damien all that much. The only time I ever liked him is when he's outside of those DC New 52 movies. When they brought him into that Ninja Turtles Batman crossover movie, that was fine. Harley Quinn show, that was fine. The Super Sons thing that just came out, that was fine because he wasn't as bratty as he was in those new 52 movies. But of course, James Gunn likes bratty stuff and he likes dark characters like Brightburn. So I don't want to see a Batman training Damian, trying to make him calm and passive and everything. I want him to start off with the older Robins like Dick Grayson, and introduce more. Like we've never seen Tim Drake in a live action movie. We have kind of seen him in Titans. That's about it. I would like to see Stephanie Brown. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to know more about her. Other than the only thing I know about her is spoiler: her dad getting pregnant, faking her own death, or technically dying, whichever way you want to take it. That's all. And then dating Tim Drake. That's the only thing about her I know. I've never truly seen her in animation or live action, and I want to. I also want to see Cassandra Cain. Why can't we see her? You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't want this to start off with just Damian Wayne. And I don't want young people to think he's the first Robin and everything, because they kind of got that impression when they watched those new 52 movies and stuff. As for Supergirl, I'm cool with Supergirl. I don't really care what they really do with her because she's always been interesting and fascinating. Booster Gold, I've always thought that dude was cool from that Justice League cartoon. And so that would be really neat to see, but I think he'd be better in a TV format. I can't remember if they're doing TV or movies. Then lastly, there is Green Lantern. It's supposed to be an HBO Max series. Oh, there's two more things I talk about. There's the HBO Max series, the Green Lantern thing. I don't know how they're going to do that. It's going to be a whole lot of walking around because they don't have the money or the budget, especially now, to make him fly around and do all the Green Lantern ring stuff. So I don't want to see a Green Lantern who just walks around and be a buddy cop movie. HBO Max series, like they just proved with Titans and Doom Patrol, they don't have the money for special effects. They can't even make Beast Boy green permanently. They can't make Starfire orange permanently. Starfire does not fly. Now, last but not least is the Amazon movie from Themyscira. This was something that was cooked up a long time ago by Patty Jenkins. So now they're running with that. I don't want to see that if Wonder Woman is not involved or one of the Wonder Girls. So I am not happy with this 10-year plan thing that they're doing. It just does not satisfy me whatsoever. So I'm just kind of like, ugh. Oh, and I forgot, there's a Amanda Waller project. And I don't want to see a solo Amanda Waller project. He's basically just copying Marvel. Because now they're doing the whole, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type thing. Or the whole Nick Fury and the whole Secret Invasion thing. And he said that the Amanda Waller thing is going to tie into Peacemaker, which means most likely he's not getting rid of Peacemaker. He should, because, just reboot the whole thing if you're getting rid of everything else. But he's keeping his project and his wife. Ain't that something interesting? So a lot of people were all happy and excited that he was taking over. I wasn't. I don't hate him like everybody else, but I don't like him like everybody else. He's just somebody I never trusted. Them beady eyes, man. I'm telling you, you can't trust nobody with beady eyes. It also seems that some of the movies that are supposed to come out now are leading to the new universe. So that means Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, ugh, The Flash. God, how could you keep Ezra Miller? Seriously, how? And then, of course, Blue Beetle. I'm cool for Blue Beetle. I'm cool for Aquaman. But if you're gonna get rid of everybody else, you gotta get rid of everybody, in my opinion. And so this will lead into a new universe, the DCU, and I'm just kind of like, dude, it's gonna be a crazy 10 years because fandoms on every side of DC are just gonna be furious and everything, especially with the whole Ezra Miller thing. And like, seriously, how do you keep a criminal around? How? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But yeah, I'm not happy with this. I'm not even gonna watch majority of this. No, I'm not boycotting. It's just I'm just not interested. Just like Loki, I'm not interested. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.